Welcome back to another YouTube video, guys. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot recently, and for today's video, I just wanted to talk about one of the greatest strengths. I have a little bit of a lisp, so it's a little bit difficult to say that sometimes. Try one more time. One of the greatest strengths, much better, that you can have as a human being, as a person, is the ability to be coached. The ability to not walk into a room and pretend that you're the smartest person there, right? Not that. So basically the ability to walk into a room and act like you're the dumbest person in the room, right? Never carrying yourself in a way. Sorry, my dog's just. Come here. Not to carry yourself in a way where you give yourself the idea that you know everything just because you read a lot of books or you did a lot of research. Like, just get the idea that nobody can tell you anything. They can't give you any critiques or any, what's the word I'm looking for? They can't give you any criticism, right? They can't give you any criticism. So you're this person that walks around acting like I'm sorry if you guys hear that. My dog is literally going crazy on their toy. But if you are a person, right, and you want to be successful, whatever success means to you, if you want to, let's go with the lowest hanging fruit again, right? If you just want to get into shape, right, and you're somebody who's a complete beginner, you don't really know how to structure your workouts, you don't know how to structure your nutrition, your sleep is terrible, your stress management is terrible, you know, you don't have any of these daily habits that a person who is in shape would have, right? If you are constantly ignoring people's advice, if they ever go out of their way to give you some or ask you to give you advice, right? Like, usually I would ask somebody before I give them advice. I'd be like, hey, can I give you some advice, or can I give you an input? You know, I'm not right or wrong, but this might be something that might help you, right? This might be something that you might find a little bit more effective. Coming off that way, right? Not aggressively trying to correct somebody and saying, oh, you're wrong and I'm right. No, but like respectfully asking them, hey, can I give you some advice? Can I give you some input on whatever the topic is, right? Whatever the situation is. Just say yes. Just say yes. Like, what does it really hurt your ego that much to take advice from somebody who might be in a better position than you are? I'm not saying to just take advice from anybody, right? Like, obviously don't just take advice from somebody who's not where you want to be, right? But in the scenario that somebody may not be exactly where you want to be, but they're a lot closer to that than you are, take the fucking advice. Why are you going to walk around the world? Why are you going to walk around society pretending like you have all the answers when your life actually sucks? Objectively sucks. You know, you're not making progress in the gym. You're not making progress with your relationships. You're not making progress in whatever area it is in life. And somebody who is doing those things that you want to be doing is asking you kindly, can I give you some advice? And you're out here saying no, as if you already have the answers. But yet you're still in the situation that you've been in for the last however long that might be. Whether it be months, years, whatever, right? And I was in the gym the other day. I'll just give a little bit of the story, right? Just to kind of give an example, just to make my point a little bit more clear. But I was in the gym the other day, and there was this guy on the Smith machine doing bench press, the Smith machine was backwards, right? Wasn't targeting the chest properly. I can see that, given that I've been in the fitness industry for a while now. I can point out when somebody's doing something incorrectly or might get hurt, right? And I don't want somebody to get hurt in the gym if I can do something or at least guide them in a better direction so that they don't get hurt. But anyways, I asked the guy and I was like, can I give you some pointers? Yep, he accepted. He said yes to the question, and then I gave him the pointers, and he was like, you know what, I'm actually going to continue doing it this way, even though it's the incorrect way. He didn't say that last part, right? But that was what he decided to do, right? He just kept deciding to do the exercise incorrectly and risk hurting himself because in that moment, I don't know exactly what was going on through his mind. He might have just been nervous or somebody who's stuck in their ways, right? And that's what I mean, right? Like, don't be somebody, like I said, I don't know this guy's train of thought at the time, but, obviously, I'm not trying to say this in an arrogant way, right? But you can, like, when you see me in the gym, you can tell that I've been doing this for a long time. You can tell that, I've put in the work, that I've gone through the pain and the amount of effort that it takes to get to this level of physique, right? I'm not saying that to come off as egotistical, but it's just an objective fact. So when I try to help somebody in the gym and they just kind of ignore my advice and they're, not even close to where they want to be, because let's face it, right? If you're in the gym, there's always going to be an exception of people that are in there just to move their bodies and maintain their health, right? Wherever the health might be, right? There's always going to be those kinds of people. There's also, objectively speaking, right? A majority of the people who go to the gym want to change their appearance, want to change their health, right? They want to change it. That's why they're there. Not a lot of people are in there just to move and not make any progress, right? There's always going to be a few people that say, oh, some people just want to go to the gym and lift and just move the weight. It makes them feel good. They don't really care about progressing. Fine. Have that, right? You can have that if you're that person. But if you're the person, right? This is who I'm speaking to. I'm not speaking to those people. But if you're that person who wants to make progress, who wants to make the change, who wants to change their appearance, who wants to change their health, and somebody who's in that position already comes to give you advice and you say yes and ignore them, or you just completely flat out say, no, I don't really care about your advice, then you're just kind of setting yourself up for failure, right? If you can't be open-minded enough to just take a little bit of criticism, and you can expand that beyond fitness. You can expand that, like I said, relationships, fitness, a business that you're doing, right? The most successful people are people who are willing to take opinions from other people, right? You don't know every single thing there is to know, regardless whether you think you do or not. I work with 20-something other trainers in my gym. I've been lifting for 10 years. Some of them have been lifting for a shorter amount of time than me. And I still ask them questions about, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Is there a better way to do this? Is there a better way to approach this? Because their business in the gym is better than mine. So I go to them for advice. Or some of them might have some exercises that I don't know about, or a better way to do something, or they can critique my form. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been in the fitness game for 10 years in the gym, and I still ask people whether my form is good or not. I still ask people for a second opinion, I still ask people for a second opinion. Why? Because that's the only way that you're going to improve as a human being, is being able to take advice, being able to listen to other people's opinions. If you were the smartest person, let's just think about this, right? Let's think about this a little bit critically. If you were the smartest person and you knew everything, wouldn't you be where you want to be already? Right? If you knew everything that there is to know about whatever it is, wouldn't you be in a better position? I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? It makes perfect sense to me. If I knew everything that I needed to know, I'd be a millionaire, or maybe more than a millionaire. I'd live in a big ass house, which I don't, right? Like I'd have these things, or whatever it might be, whatever that looks like to you. It might be the physique that you've been working for a couple years, and you've made barely any progress towards because you can't take other people's opinions, because your ego is so inflated that asking somebody else for help it's too detrimental for you. You'll feel like less of a person asking somebody else for help or accepting other people's critiques or advice when they're just trying to guide you in a better direction, right? Most people aren't going to give you advice to shit on you. Most people are going to give you advice because they want to elevate you. They want to see you succeed. And you turning that down is not really disrespectful to them. It's almost disrespectful to yourself. Because here you have somebody who wants to see you win, and you're like, fuck it. I'd rather just lose. I'd rather be stuck in my ways and just lose. Why? Because my ego is so inflated. Man. Just look at the people who live very fulfilled and content lives, right? Whatever their situation might be. One sec, I gotta take care of this. Yeah, you can actually come sit on my lap for a little bit. Alright, here we go. Just stay a little calm, okay? But where you going? Just look at the most successful, not even successful, but people who are content, people who are, you want to get down? No, you don't. Look at the most content people, the people who are constantly leveling up and progressing in their lives, even if it's in slow increments, even if it's not at the speed that they want it to be, or the speed that's, the speed that most people expect. They're still leveling up because they're able to ask other people for their opinions. I would not be where I am today in terms of my knowledge and my discipline and all these things if I didn't go to somebody else to help me, to give me ideas, to help me process my thoughts better as well, right? Because you can have a great idea, but somebody might be able to give you an opinion that makes that idea even better, or give you another idea that sounds better than your idea that you can implement into your life. Like, it's supposed to be we're supposed to work together as human beings. Nobody's going to do it completely alone. There's always has to be some form of second opinion. Even if it's negative, like, just take it on the fucking chin. Take it on the chin and move on. But if you're just ignoring all the advice that anybody tries to give you, then you're going to be missing out on a lot of things that can actually help you. Right? Not everybody's going to give you an opinion that's correct or beneficial for you, right? Obviously not. That's just not the way the world works. But there would be a good amount of people who are willing to give you some sort of advice, some sort of opinion that can help you see something better or move forward. Not everybody, right? But I'm sure there are people, maybe in your life, if you're watching this, that you kind of said, fuck your opinion. And they could have helped you out and you kind of ignore them. Or if you're watching this, maybe you're somebody who loves to get opinions from other people. I love getting opinions from other people. Sometimes there are opinions that I don't like. Oh wow, that's life. What am I gonna do? Right? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna filter out the opinions that might not be beneficial for me in my life, and then I'll filter in the ones that could help me out. You gotta be open-minded. You gotta be a little coachable in life, all right? You gotta be a little coachable. Michael Jordan, all the greats. LeBron James, Steph Curry, all these professional athletes who are an elite class, right? I don't really watch sports like that, but I'm not gonna sit here and not admit that these athletes are at the highest level of human performance. They have coaches. Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan is, I'm sure, 100 times better than his coach at basketball. I'm sure he can smoke his coach any day of the week. But he wouldn't be Michael Jordan without his coach. LeBron James wouldn't be LeBron James without his coach. The greats, none of the greats would be the greats without somebody helping them, elevating them, giving them feedback where they can improve. Take feedback in your life, whether it's from family, friends, even somebody you at the gym, a random person coming up to you at the gym telling you like, hey, there's probably a better way to do this exercise, right? There's just a scenario that's it's in my mind already, so I can come up with that. But like, you got to be willing to take feedback if you want to make it anywhere in life. Anywhere. It doesn't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be filthy rich. But if you want to level up in your life, if you want to gain knowledge, if you want to get that physique, if you want to get that girl or that dude, take some opinions from somebody on what you should do or how to approach a situation a little bit better. That'll only make your life better. But who am I, right? I'm just a guy on YouTube talking. I'm just a human being, right? Just voicing my thoughts. But I really think that society would be a way better place if people were willing to be open-minded and not take criticism or critiques as a form of a personal attack and just as a form of somebody trying to elevate you. Even the negative ones. You can filter them out. Whatever, move on with your day. But there are some opinions and some advice that is given to people that can be very beneficial for them, but they're just too hard-headed to even consider it. But like I said, who am I? I don't really know. I'm just talking shit on the camera, and this was something that was on my mind today. So I decided to just film it, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. My dog is going crazy right now, so I'm gonna go take care of her. And yeah, if you guys need help with fitness coaching, link will be in the description. I'm not gonna push it too much, but if you need help, cool. If you want it from somebody else, also cool. Like I said, just get help from somebody who's where you want to be. That's all, right? That's all. Invest in yourself. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.